there is something in his bowel.
From here.
Yeah, there's one there, look, as well.
Yeah. If you deport like this me, they will kill me.
You don't know the name of the college where you studied for a whole year? You can't tell me what the name of the college was or what you studied while you were there?
Officers in customs have stopped a couple who have come into the country on a holiday visa. Their bags tell a different story. In his 3 years as an immigration officer, Tim Wetherill has never seen a haul like it.
They've had 3 suitcases which are down there, and the entire contents is all this, as you can see. Apparently we've got 18,000 cigarettes here, and then the rest here, 27.6 kilos of rolling tobacco, which is what customs have now seized, which is why it's all bagged up. Apparently the sort of duty value on that is just over £10,000, which is what they've obviously avoided by paying, and were trying to make their profits by selling on when they got into the UK. And that's all they've had in their bag, so it's a fairly substantial amount. You know, there's no argument that this was for personal consumption, obviously, this much. It's obviously they're coming here to sell it.
Officer Wetherill will lead the investigation on the motives of their visit. He and his boss, Sarah Dyson, the chief immigration officer, will decide their fate.
They had 3 bags with them, all of which just contain nothing but cigarettes and tobacco.
And
so they
no
have
clothes?
no clothes, nothing like that.
How long are they seeking entry for, Tim?
5 days. They have got return tickets for 5 days.
Passports. I mean, is it likely that they've been doing this quite regularly?
Well, that's a brand new passport for her, and
Right.
she's not travelled before. He came here in March, and he also came in 2006, where he had 2 sort of quite close trips to each other.
So he didn't come at all in 2007?
No.
So it might be a good idea to take him through his travel history since 2006 to get a picture of how often he travels and where he travels, because travelling is, well, it's cheaper than it was, but it's still not cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'd be interested to know how he funds these many and varied trips across the world,
Yeah.
if not through cigarette smuggling.
The man comes from Mumbai in India.
Why are you coming over to the UK today?
And today I come because I want to tour for my wife for 5 days. That's why I come.
So you brought your wife for a tour for 5 days?
Yes, sir.
Why then, in your luggage, did you have so many cigarettes with you?
It's my big mistake, sir. Because when I come from India, they're not allowed to take me money. That's why I bring my friend told me that you go take cigarette. I think that there is 200 carton cigarettes allowed.
If you're allowed 200 cigarettes, you bought 18,000. There's quite a difference there between 200 and 18,000, isn't there? If I tell you that the total amount of tax that you would have to pay on all those cigarettes and all that tobacco is just over £10,000, you understand that?
Yeah.
So what you attempted to do today was to defraud the British government out of £10,000. Do you understand how serious that is?
Yeah. I'm apologize, sir. I'm really apologize, and I'm sorry for your whole country, sir. I'm really apologize. Why should I bring my wife and do like that, such a bad thing, sir?
Because she has a suitcase as well. You can fit more in.
Huh?
So she can bring suitcases as well, and you can fit more in.
What?
Because if you bring your wife, she then has a suitcase as well, so you can carry more.
Because he also don't know, and I also don't know, sir.
And also, if you bring your wife, you may think that you would be less suspicious to customs, less likely to be stopped.
No. It's not fair, sir. No. Why should I bring, sir?
To get away with it and sell, and then you make money.
No want to make money, sir. I only want to
You
transfer.
told me that was the main reason you bought them, was to get money.
No, I want to transfer the money, convert the money, sir.
So do you honestly expect me to believe you when you tell me that you brought cigarettes into this country for currency exchange?
Yeah.
Officer Wetherill now has all the evidence to put before the chief immigration officer.
Either they already have a buyer lined up here and they're just going to drop this whole load off with the buyer and take away what I think will be a substantial profit.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be doing it otherwise. It's got to be for profit.
Yeah. If they didn't have the cigarettes with them, I'm in no doubt they wouldn't be stood here today. That is the main reason they're coming here for.
We can do change of purpose. Okay?
Yeah.
And I think we need to try and find a flight tonight for them. They're India.
Officer Wetherill must tell them they will be put on a plane back to India tonight.
I'm not expecting him to take it particularly badly, to be honest. It may well turn out that he is upset, but at the same time, you can't really argue with the facts. They've tried to evade over £10,000 worth of duty in the UK. We didn't give them a visa to come here and sell cigarettes, and that's what they're coming here to do. Obviously, you were issued with visitors' visas to come here on holiday. The fact that you have all the cigarettes and tobacco with you and that you've stated you're intending to sell that, on that basis, we're going to refuse you leave to enter the UK today. We're not going to allow you to come into the country. Legally, we have to send you back on the first available flight, and that's what we're going to do today. There is a flight.
Sorry, if I go there back, they will kill me. With the Indian government, they will kill both of us. They will send me behind the bar. There is too much tension in India. If you not entry for 2 or 3 days here, and you will send me, I don't know. They will kill us.
I explained to you when I was interviewing you that you needed to be fully forthcoming and honest with me, that you needed to tell me the truth. You haven't mentioned anything about that.
No, but sir, if you deport like this me, they will kill me. But they will.
Who will kill you?
No, Indian government, sir.
Just because of the cigarettes?
Too much harassment in India, sir. Please, my wife, they don't release me.
Okay. You made that decision to bring those cigarettes into this country, yeah?
No, but right now
You made that decision, and that was your decision, okay? And as such, you have been refused leave to enter this country and are being returned to India.
No, sir.
There is nothing that can be done. Those are the rules.
If you like do this, I'll kill myself here, sir. Why don't I go there? There's too much trouble over there.
You need to wait here. I'll come back and speak to you in a minute, okay? When I was talking to him, he said, "Shall I just kill myself now then?" And I'm not sure how flippant the remark was. I'm not sure how serious he was. But obviously, if someone in immigration detention is making threats like that, we can't just ignore it, obviously. Sarah's just going to go and have a chat with the passenger now and sort of explain things to him to see whether or not that calms him down.
Listen, okay, as far as the law is concerned, there is no flexibility, okay? Your visas are cancelled and you have to go back to India. If they are still saying that they feel under threat from the Indian authorities, then they need to explain that to us in a bit more detail.
अरेंज करेंगे आपको वापस जब जाएंगे नहीं हो सकता इधर विजिटर हिसाब से
I will kill myself, but don't go, please.
Right, listen, okay. Is it worth saying things like that? Okay, calm down, listen. Okay.
Do
is
favor
it
for us,
worth?
man, please. See, I am not the first time in London. I am coming from 8 years to a extreme country.
I hear you. I hear you. Listen.
And before my 8 years ago, I didn't do anything wrong in England. But it's my minor mistakes. It's not my.
Yes, it's a mistake.
I don't bring any drugs, and I don't bring any ammunition and arms.
Okay, I hear you.
So you telling me like that?
All right.
You go.
So are you telling? Okay. You're getting so upset that I'm thinking that you are much more worried about going back to India because you believe something will happen to you.
The man's claims take the investigation to a new level. Chief Immigration Officer Dyson and Officer Wetherall must make sure the couple understand their options.
The claims that you've made are obviously very serious. I need a decision. These are the options that you have. If you think in your heart of hearts that you will be killed when you return to India, then you have no choice but to claim asylum in the UK. If you are not genuinely in fear of your life, you need to return home to India, and that is a decision that you have to make, okay?
Are we in agreement that you're actually asking for asylum here? Is that what you're asking for, sir? Say yes or no, there's no problem.
Yes.
So you want political asylum here, is that correct?
Give me passport. I will go and go on counter and I will arrange my for ticket, and then I will take my passport and I will go.
The man's changing demands suggest to the officers that his fear of returning to India is not genuine.
I've given you options. We've discussed things at great length.
No.
Make your decision and we will process that decision.
When you will give me
Make
passport?
your decision now, okay?
Just please.
First option is you go back to India tonight and I get the officer to speak to the airline and ask the captain if he will give you your passports back, okay? So that you can quietly present them yourself. The next option is you tell me that you're in fear of your life and you want asylum. We will listen to your claim for asylum. It will be processed properly and heard fairly, but you'll be detained until the outcome. The third option is you tell me that you don't want asylum, okay, but you won't go tonight, quietly. Then I will have no option, okay, to arrange escorts for you. 2 people who will go with both of you, maybe even 4 people who will go with both of you, and you'll be in handcuffs and you will go back tomorrow.
आपने जाना है?
जाना है ना?
They want to go.
The passengers have said that they will go on the flight as long as they can be reunited with their passports to go home. They was just checking that the airline are okay to give them their passports so they can arrive in India as normal arriving passengers.
They've been refused entry because their visas are not valid for the purpose for which entry was sought, i.e. coming to sell goods. And I just want to satisfy myself that they'll be treated okay when they get to India. They've not been convicted of anything, it's just that their visas are not valid for this purpose. Okay, so I would like them to be treated okay, yeah?
It's been 8 hours since the tobacco smugglers were caught by customs. Their deal with immigration means the only thing the Indian authorities will know is that they were refused entry to Britain because they changed the purpose of their visit.
Today, Officer Lisa Lee has stopped a student who tells her he's coming back to Britain to continue his studies at a college in London.
On arrival, he was very vague about what he studied, didn't know very much about his subject area, which is IT. So what's a URL? What does HTTP stand for? He didn't have a clue. Now, clearly, he's been studying IT for almost 3 years. He should have a better idea of what's going on than that.
He appears to know little about his course, and Officer Lee suspects he's not been studying at all. The passenger says he's a student at Churchill College in London.
All right. Do you want to just grab your hand luggage and we'll go down and get your other bag? Okay. All right.
A bag search gives a chance to find evidence that can back up suspicions about a passenger's reasons for coming to Britain.
You studied a diploma in IT, yeah? But you don't know what URL is or HTTP? Right, you never mentioned this college to me before.
I did.
No, you didn't. You've forgotten where you've got your certificates from, haven't you?
London Music College.
You didn't tell me about this college, sir. I specifically asked you and you didn't mention it.
Officer Lee has found some college certificates from a different college to the one where he says he studies.
You didn't tell me you went to the College of Professional and Management Studies.
I told you before.
You did not, sir. You said you enrolled in October 2007 at this college. This says you were studying somewhere else at the time. I wrote it down. So how'd you get a certificate from a college you don't attend? Wish my university had been like that. We're going back upstairs and then I'm going to interview you properly. You're not going to talk to me now? No? Fair enough. If you don't want to answer my questions, we can send you back to India without answering my questions, okay? If you don't answer, we can refuse you entry. Failure to cooperate with an immigration officer, yeah? He had some documents with him, some certificates from a college he's not mentioned at all to me when on arrival. I specifically went through his study history in the UK, and he said he studied at one place for a year and then transferred to the college he claims to be studying at now. And he's got a totally different diploma from a different college that we've not come across before, so how did he get that?
Officer Lee phones the college where the passenger says he's currently studying.
Oh, hello, sir. It's Officer Lee from Immigration. What was his attendance at your college? Really? So why does he know nothing about his course then? So he was attending when? Right, from October 2007. All right then, sir. Thank you, bye-bye. The current college he claims to be at is maintaining he has a very high percentage of attendance.
The college supports his story, but Officer Lee wants to know more about the certificates she found in his bag from a different college.
Okay, this college, the number is no longer in operation. So I will do a quick check online and see if I can get anything else for them. Well, it still has a website. Okay, I've just checked the Department for Innovation, University and Skills Register, which colleges have to be on if students are to be given their visas or extensions of stay. The college that he got this letter from is no longer on it, if indeed it ever was. So the phone number's not working, the college isn't on the register, but they do still have a website. But their latest news is actually from May 2007, so chances are it's closed down. So he's attending 2 colleges virtually the whole time to do the same course. He can't have been in 2 places at once.
The passenger appears to have been studying at 2 colleges at the same time. Someone's not telling the truth. Officer Lee wants to find out what he's been up to since he was given a student visa 3 years ago.
he's not a student here. I can just feel it. I just know from experience that he's not studying here. But we have to have concrete evidence that we can use to overturn his visa. That's what I'm going to go and get. You don't know the name of the college where you studied for a whole year?
Not whole year, 6 months.
6 months? You sure? So how long did you study at the second college was my question.
I think 8 months or something.
What subjects did you study?
From first year.
For your 8 months at the second college, whose name you can't remember, what subjects did you study?
Can't remember.
You can't tell me what the name of the college was or what you studied while you were there.
Four.
You've forgotten.
I've got all my documents, you can check that.
Well, I'm asking you, sir, because the only way I can be sure that you've studied here is if you tell me, and you can't tell me anything.
Yeah, because I told you my memory is not so sharp.
That's not an excuse. I know why you can't remember the second one, because you never went there. When did you enrol at Churchill College?
October, I think.
October what year?
2007.
So why then do you have letters from the other college, the second college, saying you were also enrolled at their college at the same time?
What time?
The same time you say you've been studying at Churchill College?
No.
Yes, sir.
Can I have a look?
No, because that will give you the name of the college. One of them's wrong. I have a problem with the fact that you've got documentation in your bags which tells me that you were studying in 2 places at once. You may disagree with me, that's what the documents say. This leads me to believe that you've been less than honest with me so far today.
Listen, this is true.
Don't tell me to listen.
Okay.
I've got the documents. You can't remember what's on there because you never went there. That's why you don't know the name of the college. You've got documents by deception. How you got them, I don't know. All right, so stop messing about because this is ridiculous. Saying you can't remember the name of somewhere you claim to have studied at for 8 months. It's ludicrous. Ludicrous.
Need some time to think.
I can sit here and wait, it's fine. Tell me all the lecturers' names.
Can't remember.
Tell me what exam you sat last.
Can't
Tell me
remember,
what the title of the exam was.
I told you I can't remember right now.
Why not?
Because my mind is not steady. I told you. My mind is all messed up. I can't remember. I need some time.
Rubbish.
It's not rubbish.
You've been found out. You don't know the answers because you're not studying anything. It's quite frustrating because I know that anyone with any credibility as a student would remember the answers to my questions. You know, where did you study? He can't remember a whole year of his life. It's quite obvious he's got something to hide. Quite clearly he's trying to conceal something about his past here. It may well be that he has been attending college, the current college. The problem I have is how can I be sure of that if he's telling me he can't remember his tutors' names, the modules he sat, when he sat an exam, or what exam he sat. It's just nonsense.
Officer Lee is convinced he's not been studying, but without hard evidence, there's little to go on. She talks it over with her chief immigration officer.
All I have is that he has absolutely no idea. He just can't remember anything about his college. He can remember his journey there. He can remember a bit about what he does at work, but every time you ask him anything academic, he's got no idea. College is saying he's attending, but at the moment he's not satisfying me that he is. But I don't know what we can do, because clearly I don't think we have enough at the moment.
No, because if it went to appeal, what we'll have is the college saying yes, he's attended, yes, he's got all these pass marks. We're the educational provider. We know if someone's a good student or not. Well, we haven't got enough to go on.
No.
Personally, I think we're flogging a dead horse.
I know. As frustrating as it is. I shall tell him the good news. He'll be thrilled.
I'm sure he will be.
As one of the colleges says he's studying there, and there is no evidence to say otherwise, Officer Lee has no choice but to allow him into Britain.
Right, it's your lucky day. All right? You awake? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah? My chief immigration officer and I have spoken about you at length, all right? Now, whilst I'm not satisfied that you're studying here, at the moment I don't have enough to cancel your visa. So you're being allowed to enter today, all right? However, when your visa comes up for renewal in November, you'd better hope that you can remember by then what you've been studying. Otherwise you're going to have a problem, all right?
Helping the team to sniff out large quantities of money is the cash dog. The dog shows an interest in a bag belonging to a Thai woman travelling back to Bangkok. The woman's changing story also arouses suspicion.
Well, she led me to leave pounds, and then she said baht, and then she went back to pounds. So she said just £10,000, and I said, okay. Oh, only 10,000? So it's gone up to 15.
Hi, can I see your passport?
Yeah. Okay, so you're travelling back to Thailand?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been on here on holiday?
Yes, on holiday.
For 2 months?
For 2 months.
Okay. And I understand from the dog handler you have some money?
Yes, I'm carrying money.
How much have you got?
Maybe almost 15,000 pounds.
Pounds?
Yeah.
When you came to the UK, how much money did you bring with you?
Almost 40.
40,000 pounds?
Almost,
okay.
Yes.
When you came into the UK 2 months ago,
yeah.
Did you declare your money to customs?
Yes.
To customs?
Yes, to customs.
Do you have the form?
I don't have a form, any form.
When you declare money to customs,
I not declare money.
You did not declare.
Did not declare.
Okay.
I mean,
why did you not declare the money to customs?
I don't know because I didn't know the rule.
Where is the money now? Is it in this bag?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you show me what you have? Okay. The reason you are being questioned is because you have a lot of money.
Not a lot. It's not a lot.
I'm telling you, it is a lot of money. It is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. Under the law in the UK, if you are carrying £1,000 or more, police and customs can ask questions as to why you're carrying the money. That is why I am questioning you. Okay. So how much is here?
It's about 3,000.
Okay. And where is the rest? Is in here. And how much is here?
This is 6,000.
£6,000?
Yes.
£3,000?
Yeah.
So that is 9?
Yeah.
Do you have more?
I think here.
Okay, no, leave it there.
Okay.
Leave it there. We'll do it all together, okay.
Well, you check too much now. Here, in here, 2,000.
Okay. Okay, so this one, 3,000.
Yeah.
6,000.
Yeah.
The passenger's reluctance to reveal where all the money is makes Officer Talon suspect she has something to hide.
Any more?
Pardon?
Any more in here?
You want to check more?
Where's the rest? Is there more?
Is the rest? Anywhere?
No, I'm asking you. Is there more money in here?
Yes, I have.
I'm going to ask you again, okay? I need to see all of the money.
Yeah.
Okay, not little bits, all of it.
This is 2,000.
Okay, take that one out. And put that on top of there.
Okay. No more. No more.
Okay, and then more money in here.
Yeah. No more. It's no more. No more. Nothing.
Okay, well, you have said to me that there is no more twice now, and we have found more. You need to be honest with me, okay? Because at the moment, I don't believe what you're saying to me. All right? Do you understand? Okay. Right.
Finally, Officer Talon believes he's been shown all the money, and it adds up to £17,000. Now it's up to the passenger to prove the cash is hers and legitimate.
Okay. And I need proof that this money belongs to you.
This is mine. It's mine. Okay.
Do you have a bank book with you today? Do you have
bank book? Not here.
Not here. Do you have your checkbook with you?
Didn't have.
No, you have nothing.
Yes.
Okay. The concern I have, I'm worried because you have a lot of money and cannot show me with documents, a bank book, invoices, that this money.
Book?
Okay, I just asked you if you had a bank book.
Yes. My bank book. This is my money in Thailand.
Okay.
Despite repeated contradictions in her story, and just as the team were gearing up to seize her money, the passenger remembers she is carrying her bank books, and they prove the money belongs to her.
Why did you not show me all of the money all at once? Why did you only show me little bits?
Because it's not needs, because it's just my money.
But still the packets of money keep on coming.
Is there more money in there?
Oh, forget it. This is my friend.
See, this is what I'm saying to you.
No,
Each time I say to you, is there any more?
I didn't lie to you. I just think I'm living here.
next time someone in authority asks you, you declare the money straight away.
Yeah.
All right?
Because this is first time for me.
Well, make sure it's the last time, all right?
Okay, the last
Cheers,
time for me. Thank you. Anyways, thank you.
The lady should have declared her cash to customs, but she's done nothing else wrong and is entitled to take her money home.
The records show he has been issued 2 British passports in the last 7 years in this identity.
Yep.
But
Okay.
a Jamaican national submitting the same photographs, in other words, would appear to be the same person, was landed as a visitor in a different identity in 2001.
All right then.
Okay, if I give you this, it's background information.
Okay.
The Miami flight has landed.
Hello, sir. How are you today?
Good. It's the passenger she's been waiting for.
Where do you live in the UK, sir?
In Bristol.
Okay, so I just need to have a quick look at your passport, okay?
I've been going through for the past few days.
Oh, have you? Okay, won't take a minute.
No problem. That's
All right.
I went through in Miami.
Oh, did you? Oh dear, it's not your lucky travel then, is it?
Officer Lee plays it cool. She doesn't want the man to think this is anything more than a routine check.
You been there on holiday?
I was in Trinidad first. Barbados.
Trinidad first, Barbados. You've had a long journey then, haven't you?
The passenger's trip to London via Trinidad, Barbados and Miami has taken nearly 3 days.
Okay, so what I'd ask you to do, please, just for a moment, can you just take a seat down there for me, please? And we'll be back with you as soon as possible, all right?
Where is he at the moment?
He's just sat over there.
Okay, I don't want him unattended at any length of time.
Okay.
So if we're going to go straight down now, let's go straight down now.
Yep.
After that, I want him fingerprinted photograph and I want him in the holding box.
Okay, no problem. I'll do it as soon as we come back up.
Thanks.
We're just going to go down and have a look through your bags then, all right?
If he's obtained British passports fraudulently, it's actually quite serious. That's a prosecution matter. We may just look to refuse and remove, because that might be the more sensible option. But again, we can't make a call on that until we find out what's going on.
His route to London is one often used by drug traffickers. It makes Chief Dyson suspect there may be more to this case than just a fake passport.
I'm also a bit concerned that he might be involved in other activities, and a good check in customs would give us a bit of a pointer on that one.
A good check starts with his luggage.
Do you have the ticket?
Because of the serious nature of this investigation, they've brought in a customs officer to conduct the search. Finally, the customs officer finds something. The passenger is carrying too much booze.
Point out you are 1 litre over your allowance, but because you've been delayed here, it's a gesture of goodwill that you take that. Okay? Pleasure, sir. All right.
What next, sir?
Okay, you'll come follow me back upstairs, sir. Nothing found in the bags. They've swabbed them, nothing. No evidence of carrying drugs or having had them in his bags recently.
The passenger's bags may be clear, but there is still the matter of his passport.
What we need to do is just check the background of your passport.
What is the problem?
The problem is we just need to check into the background of your passport, that's all, as I explained to you. Just general inquiries, all right? And just make some
Again, Officer Lee is careful not to arouse his suspicion that this is anything more than routine. She goes to see her boss for an update.
I've spoken to prosecution unit. They want to prosecute.
Okay.
In this case, so we need to keep our input to a minimum.
To a minimum.
They're going to want details recorded, file making up, and then they're going to get him arrested.
Okay.
So they're going to arrange for some uniforms to come over and take him away.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
The man will be arrested for having a false passport. But Officer Lee doesn't want to tell him just yet.
What's going to happen now is I need to take your fingerprints, okay? All right, the sooner we get it done, the quicker we can get on.
Next, Officer Lee will take the investigation further. A medical check.
Okay, sir, can you follow me? Because we just need to get you looked at by our doctor. Because we're holding you up, we need to make sure you're fit and healthy. He's going to have to go to the Port Medical Inspector for an X-ray to check that he hasn't swallowed anything. Customs didn't have enough grounds to do an intimate search or an X-ray. Because we're detaining him, we have to make sure he's medically fit. So we do have the authority to take an X-ray. PMI have just X-rayed him. There is something in his bowel.
It looks like the Jamaican will be here for some time.
What we've got here again is, you can see here, I think that's a little cluster actually because of the viewpoint.
Yep.
Over here, and in very, very tight.
Yeah, there's one there, look, as well.
Yep, this area here is excess gas, which is being produced by holding this stuff.
An X-ray taken at the airport reveals the man had suspicious packages in his stomach.
The doctor is 99% sure that the objects in the passenger's lower intestine are foreign objects. So the officers from Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs are going to go and speak to him now. Mr. Martin, would you come out, please?
Now, the doctor feels that there are foreign objects in your body system. We have no alternative, I'm afraid, and I'm arresting you on suspicion of being involved in the importation of a controlled drug. I must caution you that you do not have to say anything, but if you fail to mention when questioned something that you later rely on in court.
So it's your fault? Okay.
This woman is claiming to be a visitor, but she's been flagged up on the database as having been refused entry to Britain in the past.
But you understand why we have to do this, because you've had that previous refusal. And it's always going to cause problems, unfortunately.
She's no stranger to Britain. She went to school here for 4 years,
that's what we're
until her
doing
father's
now.
work permit was cancelled and her family were removed.
Anything to declare to customs? Nothing, no like 1,000 cigarettes or nothing like that? Okay, all right. She's been refused entry, or she was refused entry, back in August of 2007. Her father was here on a work permit. It's a bit sketchy, but it was curtailed back in February of 2007. She claims now she's come here to pick up some certificates, her GCSE certificates, from the examining board. She claims that she had sent for them, paid for them, they were sent in the post, but they were never received. The only thing is, she doesn't have a return ticket. Why would somebody come on a two-week visit without a return ticket? That's a little bit strange. Is it Lahore you're from, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you do there? Studying?
Yeah, I'm studying law.
Law? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Immigration law?
No, I'm trying to stay away from that.
Okay, don't worry.
Nothing personal.
No.
That's my university card.
Excellent, I'll just borrow that as well. Let me get that back.
I don't have any cash or anything.
No cash. What about credit card? No credit card? So you got nothing at all? So how are you going to survive initially?
My family.
Your family, friends?
They'll help me out.
Her claim to be picking up certificates to take back to Pakistan doesn't quite add up.
Well, it's just this fact, she's got a single ticket, she's got no money, and she hasn't actually arranged for these certificates yet.
You see, I don't get this part, because she and her entire family have been refused entry. Okay?
Yeah.
They've previously been living here for 4 years.
Yeah.
Further to that, they appealed and went down the human rights line as well. So they're kind of well aware about how things work in the UK.
Things work, yeah.
So then to send a family member alone on a single ticket with no money doesn't stack up.
A closer look at her luggage doesn't improve her chances.
At the back, I've just discovered some old pay statements, and I just went out to the control and spoke to her. I said, well, why have you got these certificates with you? You know, if you're just coming to get... and she said, oh, well, it's just all my documentation that I had when I was in the UK. But there's P45s as well.
Now I'm a little unhappier because these are documents that are not necessary at all
relevant
to obtain a course in Lahore.
Exactly.
It's question time for the law student. Officer Hassler wants answers.
It's not looking good, all right? I won't lie to you, because I can't understand why you've not brought any money with your tickets. We're going to have to come through this way, all right? And the fact of the matter, you've got £2 on you, you've got no credit cards, you've got no return ticket, you've brought other documentation, which, to be quite frank, you shouldn't have brought with you. I can't understand why you brought it with you.
This interview will decide whether or not Officer Hassler returns her on the next flight home.
So why did they just buy you a single ticket? I can't fathom this out, because why would they buy you a single ticket and also send you their daughter halfway across the world with just £2 coins in the purse?
I don't have any intention of staying here.
I didn't ask that the question. I said, why do you not have a return ticket?
Because I didn't know what date exactly I would go back.
She said she didn't know how long she was going to be here. It was going to be 2 or 3 weeks, And I said, well, why didn't you get an open ticket? I says, we have many times people come here, and she says, oh yeah, I found about that on the aircraft. I hadn't heard of open tickets.
She didn't know about open tickets?
Didn't know about open tickets.
This is a young lady who's lived in the UK and has clearly
travelled before, but didn't know about
open tickets.
We get people coming here all the time who are coming as visitors, and if they don't have return tickets, they don't have money, they'll just be refused. It's not credible. You're coming here as a visitor, but yet, you know, you've got no evidence of support whatsoever. You said that you're going to come here, get these GCSE certificates, but yet you've come with all this documentation, and you would need that sort of stuff if you want to settle here. You've even got your, you know, you're shaking your head, but in your wallet you had your national insurance card, which you had your national insurance number in. Why would you bring that to the UK?
I just brought my wallet with me.
But then we start going into things like her previous bank statements here, mobile phone accounts, in previous interviews with Job Centre Plus. Certainly with regard to her documentation, she has literally packed up everything, put it into a folder. It's as if she's picked up her life, brought it here. And I think we've got to remember this. I mean, the family had lived in the UK since 2002. The father had been working here. She's had most of her informative years here. Like I said, she's been a student here. She'd got a job. She'd taken her exams. And then all of a sudden, for no fault of her own, the rug's pulled out from under her feet, and she's forced back to a country that she probably hasn't lived in for a number of years. And all of a sudden, she's left, you know, thinking, well, where's it all gone? Okay. Just want to... Right. The decision is that you're going to be refused entry, okay? You're coming in as a visitor, but you've got all this documentation which pertains nothing to why you want to come here regarding your education. Now, if you want to come back to the UK, you can, but what I would advise you to do is get an entry clearance visa, okay? You can still go and ask for a visit visa or a student visa, whatever you want to do, but rather than you having to come here and go through all this, it means you go to the embassy, you put all the evidence in front of them, and you allow them to make the decision. I feel sympathy for her because I know what the impact on her is going to be. But at the end of the day, we've got to look at what we're doing with regard to, you know, the border control and making sure people coming here are coming here for a genuine reason and not ending up doing something else. For this time, I'm afraid you're not going to be allowed in.